Did that record?
Yes.
Okay, hey, we're live for the Brojo for an episode of 10 Game Boys. I'm Kian.
After 3 weeks of freedom, we're back to being oppressed by dick jokes. Sounds like a Tenacious D song.
Oh, no shit.
I do really like them.
Alright, and you are?
I kind of like their stuff that's less sexual and more.
I mean,
like Tribute's a really good song.
I really enjoy their non-sexual
Yeah, I
music.
do enjoy Tribute a lot, and you
I
are?
enjoy Tribute, and I enjoy some of their skits.
City Hall, Rock Your Socks, those are both really good songs. Anyways, I am John Dean here.
What was with that weird wink?
Are you fucking cold now or something?
I mean, this fan's been going the whole time.
It's
It's really comfortable.
Alright, fine. Yeah, you just put your sweatshirt on.
Yeah.
The rest of us are in here bitching about how hot it is.
And you
You
are?
would expect us to be the Mexicans.
What?
I'm Zach.
The
Do you think it's
fuck?
hot?
Okay,
Do they think
alright.
it's hot or do they think it's cold?
They think it's cold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're from a warmer place.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
We're the ones that
They're
are.
from
Don't
a
mind
goddamn
me.
desert.
Don't mind me. I'm a secluded white piece of shit.
Fucking
Yeah, remember,
Iowa.
I'm used to wearing sweaters in 100-degree weather.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You were
Christ.
retarded. He's literally fucking like showing up at Den Hot Dogs in like his first week in the middle of summer, like wearing a sweatshirt. I'm like, the fuck is the matter with you?
You worked in your sweatshirt too.
Like the
didn't
rest
you?
of us are
the whole
wearing,
time.
The rest of us are like wearing t-shirts and shorts, and our asses are leaking.
And
I'm
your
just
That might have
there.
been something else.
I'm
And your
just
helmet's
barely
sweat.
starting to sweat.
And your helmets are filled up with sweat too.
Alright, so
Oh,
what have
yeah,
you guys been
gross.
playing lately? Eli,
loser.
what have you been playing?
Playing Avedon, the Black Fortress. It's $3. Well, it was $3 on Steam, but it's not anymore.
Not on sale. I don't think anymore. Yeah.
Oh, you actually know it?
Yeah, I haven't played it, but
Damn. Yeah, no, it's a tiny little indie game. Picked it up for a low amount of money. It's surprisingly fun. Has kind of a D&D feel to it. Just in... It's...
it's kind of why I know about it, is I was looking at a bunch of different D&D games recently.
You know,
D&D-esque games.
other than that, I've been playing Smite.
How's that?
It's fun.
That's good.
Every now and then I think I'm gonna die of a stroke. I swear, you can't find more retarded people in any games than our MOBAs.
Have you played Call of Duty?
Have you played a fucking MOBA?
Okay, let's just say
It's
they're
pretty
both
much
answers.
every MOBA is like that.
Yeah, there's
In,
basically
in
7
any, in
retards.
any given game, it's about 7 retards and 3 decent to good players.
That's any shooter at this point.
Yeah, but at
Well,
least
the
shooters...
difference is you go on these shooters, nobody's fucking talking.
The difference with shooters is that you don't really perform based on your team.
Yeah.
Like, I can go onto Battlefield 1 and just kick ass on my own, and if my team does shitty, I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm raping people.
You're still getting ranked on your
In a
individual...
MOBA, if my team feeds, I am now fucked out of the next, 10 to 20 minutes of my life. Because if they feed, they're not gonna fucking surrender.
The difference is like, in MOBAs you're getting ranked based on how your team does. In shooters...
I don't
even
even play
in-
ranked!
Yeah, even in
individual
shooters,
based.
even in team
You
games,
just can't
you're
surrender.
still getting points based on how you do.
In Smite, you can't surrender until you're 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
So if your teammates are doing terrible and you're like, oh man, we're gonna lose, doesn't matter until 10 minutes in. You just can't even throw up the option to surrender. It's terrible. But I love it so much.
What have you been playing, Johnny Dean?
I'm still working on platinuming Bloodborne. I haven't been playing a lot lately, mostly because I've been spending so much time playing Magic. And then, of course, too, like with PAX, and then just a bunch of other shit going on right now. But I've also been playing, I think I started playing through the campaign of Halo 5 on a harder difficulty at your house a while back, and I finished that like a couple days after I got back from PAX. So it was a while ago.
Legendary?
No, I was playing a heroic.
Wow, that's painful shit.
Well, no, like I'm playing Halo 5 solo,
Yeah.
so
I know.
like it's harder than you think.
No, I know, I've done it.
It's not that Halo 5 itself is hard. It's that when you're
the
playing...
Warden Eternal's pretty retarded.
Yeah, he's pretty retarded. But, like, the rest of the game is also pretty retarded because your AI is so dumb that it makes it that much harder to play than all of the other fucking Halo games. Like, I can breeze through Halo 3's Legendary in, like, a little over a day, probably. Like, I'll retry a couple times, obviously, but you guys can eat those, I don't care.
They're kind of really weird, but they're so goodly weird.
Yeah, it just basically tastes like marinara sauce. I think they kind of like, after you eat a bunch
Go
of
on.
them, it's kind of just
The
like
people
bland.
don't care about
Oh,
what
we're
chips-
eating Ruffles, but
Yeah, Ruffles, mozzarella,
or
and
marinara.
I just find it ironic that you always tell us not to do that kind of stuff, and then here you are.
I was
Doing
doing
Well, I
that
mean,
kind of
I
stuff.
told Eli he could have.
Yeah, I was doing it silently.
No,
I
I
care.
Making all that noise, just
Oh,
sticking his
still
hand in
don't
the
want
bag.
I don't really care about that either. But,
Don't even give a
yeah, trying to play out in Bloodborne. I'm really close. I think I only got like 2 trophies left to go. But they are fucking retardedly long. And, like, it takes forever to do it. Because I gotta beat the game twice yet. And then I gotta make it through the Chalice dungeon.
Oh, you have to unlock this other all endings, right?
Yeah, and I was, I've been, like, I haven't been playing very much. I think I've put like 6-8 hours into the game since the last time I said I was trying to do this, and so I've gotten all of the other trophies that I needed. I just need to beat the last 2 endings, and then I need to beat the final boss of the Chalice dungeons. And the reason that the Chalice dungeons take so fucking long is because the Defiled Chalice that you have to do in the middle is an entire Chalice dungeon that you have to do at half health. In a Souls game, that's fucking retarded. Fucking retarded. Because there's a boss that's like the last, and this is why I'm stuck. It's the last boss before the final boss. The final boss, I'm gonna breeze right through, just fine. Doesn't matter that I'm at half health. This guy hits like a fucking train. Like, a couple different attacks will one-shot a 100 vitality character at half health. And I don't even have 100 vitality.
That's stupid.
And my playstyle is I hit fast and I hit a lot. I will tank damage like a motherfucker to get extra hits in. And in Bloodborne, it's a really good playstyle because with the rally system, you get health back for hits. But yeah, you're at half health. This guy one-shots me and lots of other people sometimes. So there's like some attacks that you can go ahead and take. They're going to do a lot of damage, like at least down to a quarter health. So if you take 2 of them, you're pretty much fucking dead too. But there's a couple hits in there that, like, especially not at like 70 to 100 vitality, where you're just going to get fucking one-shot. So that's going to take me a while, because I basically have to perfect this boss, and I haven't really been putting a lot of time into it lately.
Put more time in it, John.
I mean, I probably will, I just got to find the time. I do actually have a lot of free time coming up this week, so...
Finish Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, that's possible. I won't be here this weekend, but this upcoming weekend, because that modern tournament is 2 days. So, but next weekend I don't know if I have anything going on. Anyways, but I'm also moving soon, so that's taking up a lot of time. Like, especially this week. Like, I didn't play hardly anything this week. I think I played like 3 hours of Ninja Gaiden. And right now, I've already beat that game before, and I've beat the shit out of it before, but I kind of want to do a video on it, just like ranking the bosses in the game, basically. So I'm going through the game now so that I can record footage of it. And basically, like, I got to play for like 2 hours this whole week because my landlord's a piece of shit. And he's like, hey, I know you're not moving out till June, but I'm going to have a bunch of people walking through your house on Friday. Make sure all your clutter's fucking cleaned up. I'm like, thanks for the heads up, it's fucking Wednesday. And like, I got a lot of shit in my garage. So I basically had to take every minute that I had this week and just fucking clean up the garage and shit. The rest of the house was fine. Like, I basically could have just let people fucking walk through the way it was, but I just tidied up a little bit. But the garage is fucking ridiculous, and that's because I have fucking car parts and motorcycle parts all over the place. I haven't really had time to play much. I was thinking there was a couple games that I played, not this week, but the week before and stuff like that. Halo 5. I played Super Hot because it was free on Xbox Live, and I liked it a lot actually. Like it was, there was a couple parts that were kind of like frustrating because the way that it works is like nobody moves unless you do, and so like I would stop and there'd be like a bullet coming, but I could see that it's still kind of moving, and I'm like, ugh, I thought time was supposed to stop, but really it's just like super fucking slow. And they say that it stops when you stop, so it's kind of like, well, what? But
Does it stop or is it super slow?
It's super slow, but the game tells you that it stops. It's not that huge of a deal though. I did like it a lot still. Kind of weird, like there's kind of like a story, but it's mostly just like a puzzle game that is like looks like it's a first-person shooter. Really interesting game. It's in VR also, and I think this is a game that would lend itself better to something like VR. I think I've said that before on this podcast, but yeah. So that's kind of what I've been playing. I think there's more, but I can't remember. We can move on.
You guys been playing anything?
Nope. No.
Okay. Well,
Nerds.
I've been just playing Fortnite with my cousins, like I have been since the wedding.
Nerds.
And my brother bought God of War 4. So.
Oh yeah, I played God of War.
It's fucking pretty.
I like it a lot.
What?
So this game.
I think Dad of War looks really great.
Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned I mentioned this
Boy.
to Eli. I guess there's still a chance you could like it, but it gives me a really Last of Us vibe while I'm playing it. Not really like story-wise or but like gameplay a little bit, because it's like it's third person behind the back. It's not a cover-based shooter though. There's not as much like in the field crafting as The Last of Us. Like in The Last of Us, you gotta craft like bombs and knives and shit on the fly. But like there is a crafting element to it. But it's definitely like gameplay, really long cutscene.
Yeah.
Gameplay, really long cutscene. But yeah, the story, personally, I do think is really interesting because again, it's Norse mythology, and it's also like way different than any of the other God of War stories.
Yeah, because Kratos isn't as angry. Like
he's still definitely angry,
but he's
but
not
it's not like
it's like a legit rage.
In this one, he gets more provoked
yeah,
most of the
exactly.
time than rather like him I'm gonna rip off your head and use it as a fucking lantern.
Yeah, like the first
Like,
boss. The first boss is literally like, "What are you doing here? What are you hiding in the house?" And Kratos is like, "Leave. Please go home. Like,
Please don't fuck with
dude.
me."
Like, just fucking get out of here and whatever." And he just continuously like fucking punches the shit out of Kratos, and that's what how the whole fight just keeps going. But yeah, and then like obviously you get the Last of Us vibe from like Atreus.
Atreyu?
No,
It's
Atreus is the name of the band.
Boy.
It's
It's Atreus.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Atreus.
He
is his
literally like
nickname.
anytime he needs him, he's just like, boy. It's my like one of my new favorite memes.
Yeah, I've been watching it. I think they've said Atreus like 3 times.
And
It's,
his
like,
name is
fucking
literally
6
just
hours in.
boy. They say boy like a lot more than that.
Oh yeah.
But or Kratos says boy.
He's just in every
Boy, must not
This is in
know
like
it
every
first.
fucking sentence.
Yeah, literally like any time that he's speaking directly to Atreus is like boy.
Boy, listen.
Or
Watch yourself, boy.
It's pretty funny.
It's a good game, though. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm actually working on finishing all the Valkyrie fights right now. I like those quite a bit, but like they're a decent challenge, but they're kind of all same-ishy. I'm excited.
Spoilers in front of us.
Oh yeah, well maybe. I'm not really like spoiling anything. If you don't know that you can fight Valkyries in this thing, then you.
I didn't know, and that's why I was.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm excited.
But I'm watching someone play it, so they might not be doing that.
Yeah. Well, it's not a requirement. It's an optional boss kind of thing.
Yeah, no, and that's why it's... Yeah, if it's one of the side missions. Then...
But yeah, I'm excited to get to the last one because it's just a mixture of all of them. And so that's like kind of the hardest one, obviously. But no, I'm almost finished with like the main story and shit. I like it a lot because it's like it's definitely like a different story than how all the other God of Wars are. Like in the other ones, it's just like this is only happening because I'm fucking mad.
Yeah.
And this one, it's like there's like a legit thing that they're trying to accomplish and stuff. You just turn it off or whatever, open the door. Open the door.
Sorry for the background noise. Apparently
I
that
only closed it when
Apparently
I
that-
I opened it. It's still open. I
You
opened.
just open the door when the AC's running?
No, I just. Oh my god, no!
Apparently
It's.
that vent was vibrating like a motherfucker.
Brrr.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear it on the fucking
They
line.
probably hear it a little bit. I don't know how bad it was.
Yeah, it's probably not terrible. This thing's distance
Apologies.
isn't the best. But,
Well,
Yeah, no, I think
sorry,
it-
princess.
I think it looks really
It's
cool.
fine, it
It's-
works.
Excuse me.
it's probably actually like a good thing. Like,
It
you don't want shit far
legitimately
away picking up.
makes me want to buy a PS4 so I can play it.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a
it's a-
bundle with God of War too.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't have money that I'm willing to
Yeah,
spend on that.
it's getting a lot of really high reviews, like lots of 10s. Personally, I think it's a fine game. It's okay. It's really okay. I would say like 8.5. Like it's definitely above average, but it is like the most fun I've been having with a game that is what I would consider above okay. Like probably the most. It's probably like I'm having 10 out of 10 fun with this 8 out of 10 game.
I know. I think a lot of the higher, like the 10 out of 10 type ratings, are probably also because you got to think of the games that have been coming in.
Yeah.
Before this one, it's like Sea of Thieves,
Yeah.
terrible.
But again, that was a game that got really high ratings too.
I know, but
Yeah,
it's
but yeah.
fucking awful.
But yeah, that's
shit
true.
like that. So it's just people are like, "Holy shit, a quality game,
Yeah.
unheard of in this age."
Pretty sure Jay likes Sea of Thieves.
Assassin's Creed
It-
Origins,
it's-
shit like that.
Sea of
Incredible.
Thieves is a good concept for a game
The
that
execution
does
of that.
not have enough shit in it.
It's a good concept for a game that has no content.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's so much they could have thrown in this, and maybe they eventually will.
That's
Outshine
the
the
whole.
substance.
That's the whole thing people use to defend it. Is it's like they're adding stuff later.
That's
but
the
you
same
still
thing.
pay
No-
$60 for that,
Yeah,
and that's bad.
that's the same thing No Man's Sky did.
Yeah, I think it'll go faster with this one though. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
well,
bigger,
I
bigger
fucking
team.
hope
It's
so.
rare. So-
But yeah, exactly. I mean, it definitely could be something really good in the future. I didn't buy it because I knew it wasn't really going to be that great when it
Xbox
came
Game
out.
Pass.
Yeah,
Free
that's,
trial.
that's actually a really good deal, to be honest. Like, the fact that a brand new exclusive
Yeah.
got put on Game Pass is actually a really cool thing.
I mean,
Um,
I had a free trial for 2 weeks.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like with Bloodborne 2 last month, it was free on PlayStation Plus, and so like while I was playing it before PAX, when I had a little bit more free time, I was wasting a shit ton of time just co-oping with people because it's been a fucking blast with all these new players and shit. Like I started a new character just so I could be co-oping with these, and then helping people beat bosses and shit. But
No, like I really enjoy. I think it's really pretty.
you know, Sea of Thieves.
No,
Well,
God of War.
also yes,
Oh
that
yeah,
Sea of
back
Thieves is really
God
pretty.
of War. But
Sea of Thieves is
yeah,
pretty.
the graphics are really good. I'm pretty impressed. I don't know. I'm not playing it on like PS4 Pro or anything like that.
You
Just the way
poor
Kratos
person.
says,
Wall.
just the way Kratos says "boy" just really emotionally gets me.
Voice actor
It's actu-
emotionally gets me.
It's
Fantastic.
It's kind of just like The Last of Us, where like I did like the way that the characters kind of went together with Ellie and Joel, and then with Kratos and Boy. Like I think they complement each other pretty well. Like it makes the story a little bit more interesting. Like there's definitely plenty of games out there that try and do this that it makes the characters make the game worse. And this is not one of them. So I really like the direction that God of War took. And I think that there's a lot of stuff that this game is going to do for the gaming industry that's going to be pretty good in the next couple of years.
Yes, Gil.
Especially with... You go ahead.
Boy Meets World.
Oh boy.
Boy meets Norse World.
Yeah.
Boy gets killed by Norse World without Kratos.
Yeah, especially with the success...
Unlike every other cutscene.
Well, especially with the amount of success that God of War is getting as a single-player game.
That's I like that.
That's
a lot.
the best part of this, in my opinion.
I don't think that'll change very much, just because battle royales are still doing so good. But it proves that there's still a market for single player.
That kind of like can segment us onto the fact that like Call of Duty 4. I don't know if you have this in news or not.
Oh, we did that last week. They're doing
Black Ops 4 is going to do Battle Royale, and they're basically saying, hey, we're going to
so
probably take out
Battlefield.
campaign.
Yeah, so is Battlefield.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Battlefield said they were going to take
Battlefield
out
is
campaign
testing
for
it.
it.
They're not taking out campaign, but they're testing.
But Black Ops 4 they've been like, yeah, we're probably going to take out the campaign, do a Battle Royale.
Oh, that's fucking lame.
And
God, they probably...
To be honest, I don't think anybody gives a shit about Call of Duty campaigns anymore.
I mean,
Right.
shut your whore mouth.
Like, I played...
I used to.
I
Used
used
to.
also. I fucking... Like, I played Black Ops 3's campaign. I was waiting for the end. Like, halfway through the game, I was like, is this fucking over yet? And then I look at the clock, and I've only been playing the game for 4 hours.
No.
And I'm like, ugh, fuck, this is awful.
My thing is, I really like their campaigns. You know, World at War, fucking Modern Warfare, all that
Yeah,
shit.
I like those campaigns.
Now, Black Ops as well, the original Black Ops.
I like Black Ops,
Even
yeah.
Black Ops 2
Yeah,
was
yeah.
okay, but
Yeah.
then they were just
Yeah, I
like,
never played
we don't want to come up with original story ideas, so let's keep trying
Since,
to tie
like,
back into our
Ghosts?
already good stories.
Yeah, since, like, Ghosts. It's like Ghosts sucked, but it was slightly mediocre, I would call that campaign. Then Black Ops 3 was like, this is fucking retarded trash.
Advanced
Then there was
Warfare
Advanced Warfare was just like, what is this bullshit? And then Infinite Warfare was like, ugh, I'm fucking done. And then World War II, I actually think, had a pretty good campaign.
Nah.
The problem is it couldn't keep me interested. I still
I
haven't
don't think
finished
it was ballsy enough
Yeah,
to be
it
a
just there
World
wasn't
War
enough
II
going on.
campaign.
Like,
No, I just mean like you look back at like the World at War campaign,
yeah, exactly.
and they show some like
Fucked
fucked up shit. Yeah,
Yeah, but no,
people
like
bonsai charge your ass.
it's a good campaign.
The
There
first
just
scene's
isn't
fucked
enough
up.
to keep me invested into it, and I haven't finished it because of that. I played I think I'm like 3/4 of the way through it, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. So I don't know. I think at this point, adding a battle royale makes sense. Like, why the fuck wouldn't you?
Yeah, especially
Like,
and I
there's people that are like legitimately mad that they've just like quote unquote hopped on the hype train, and it's like,
Eh.
why the fuck wouldn't
Yeah.
you? You're creating another game mode for your game. You're giving people more to do in the game.
Well,
There's no reason to get upset about it
and
being
then
in there.
and then it puts you up and above the other battle royales. 'Cause it's like you could buy PUBG for $30, or you could just buy whatever Call of Duty that is Call of Duty and also a battle royale.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you have all these other game modes we've done before, but I think taking out the campaign for Battle Royale kind of negates that whole thing.
I think they were just gonna take out campaigns anyway.
It's possible. It kind of makes sense, like how it could happen, because of course, like if you're gonna add a Battle Royale mode, you're gonna have to take all that time to develop that, and with Call of Duty's continuously releasing year round, you're gonna have to maybe make some cuts somewhere, which, in my opinion, is probably what they would say, but I don't think it's a very good excuse, because Call of Duty has been like reusing assets every game, obviously. Like every single time they release another Call of Duty on the same consoles, they have plenty of shit they can reuse.
All right,
But,
Sonic
yeah.
Mania Plus.
Trailers.
That's the thing.
I'm pretty sure I was in the bathroom for this.
Kind of not looking
I
I
forward
wasn't
to
really
this.
paying
Not
attention,
important,
so really like
They
all I
literally
noticed
just
was
are
like,
there to introduce 2 new characters.
well, it's
yeah,
Sonic
I don't
Mania
know. I wasn't paying attention
Plus.
to see if there was anything
Worthless
other
content.
than just those 2 characters.
It's Sonic plus 2 tails and 2 knuckles.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Maybe I'll fucking check it out again later at some point. But like I've already played through Sonic Mania. So.
I think they're just trying to bring people back to their one good game.
This
The
is the
last
only
decade.
game that the fan guys have made. So
You know what I mean? What he means
yeah,
is
the
like
only good Sonic game. And
I don't
mean,
give a
it's-
shit. I think they're all trash.
Yeah,
but
I'm not. I like Sonic games, but that doesn't make me say that Sonic games are good games. So this is just so happens to not be like Sonic Unleashed or Sonic and the Black Knight or Sonic 06 or Sonic and the Others.
or Shadow the Hedgehog.
I liked Shadow the
I
Hedgehog.
did not like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog really wasn't a Sonic game. That's kind of why I like it. Because it was different. It was something different.
Sonic did technically make a cameo in the game.
Well, it's in the Sonic universe. It's not a Sonic game.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
basically a third-person shooter.
Shut the hell up.
Hyrule
Not wrong.
Warriors Definitive Edition. I'm pretty meh about it.
Never played any of the Legend of Zelda games.
Well,
Wait
this
for John to walk back in here. I feel like this is more.
right. Well, this is like
Why wouldn't you be pretty meh about it? It's a Switch game.
well, I'm buying a
He's
Switch.
buying a Switch.
Oh, all right. Well,
I
okay
just-
then. But
I'm pretty meh about it.
I mean, I'm also kind of meh about it.
I don't
I've
like-
played through Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's personally better than Dynasty Warriors, in my opinion. I think all of these like Warrior spin-off games are a little bit
Better than Dynasty Warriors.
like the original
The
series.
fuck
that
are
does it.
you talking about?
You can't tell me you don't like playing as Guandao.
See, I don't mind Dynasty Warriors games because I know that there's like a legit fucking group of people that really like Mushu games and shit. The thing is like, in my opinion, if I've played a Dynasty Warriors
played
or
every-
a Samurai Warriors, I've played all of them.
Yeah. No.
I like that some of these other guys are taking shots at doing the Mushu genre. Or Muso, I don't remember what it's called, how it's fucking done, how you say it or whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. Warrior style game. Because they all kind of like do their own little thing with it. Like Dragon Quest Heroes, like gave you a legitimate fucking story mode with like cutscenes and shit like that. And then Fire Emblem Heroes kind of like introduced a strategy aspect to it. And then Hyrule Warriors really didn't do that much with it. Like it's pretty much just a Dynasty Warriors formula with Zelda skins. I like the Zelda skins a lot though, but I've already played through Hyrule Warriors. I don't know if they're doing anything other than just more characters for this.
It looks like it is.
Turns out that
Maybe-
it's gonna be the whole story that we never actually knew was the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, for me, I don't think it's worth it to buy the game again. But that's just me from a cynical, I'm not a huge fan of Warriors games opinion. Like, I like them. I can have fun with them. I can generally play through them. Once I've played through them, even if they've done something different, I'm probably not going to play them a second time.
That's very understandable. Then we go to I Hope. This looks more like a puzzle game.
That was the one with the squares and the scarf, right?
No,
No.
this is the one where you fight cancer.
Yeah. This is really kind of cool because
Oh,
this
wait,
is
that was the
an
one I was in the bathroom.
this is an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
So, other than Sea of Thieves, the only Xbox exclusives we have seen in the past couple years are like Halo, Gears of War 4, and then a bunch of canceled shit.
Cuphead.
Yeah, I guess Cuphead. I mean, I still kind of like, I don't really know of the logistics of Cuphead potentially coming to other consoles. I definitely see it as a possible thing. I could definitely see it being a pretty successful Switch game. I'm just not entirely sure how well it could run. I'm sure that the Switch could run it, but I question if it would be able to run it as fast as the Xbox One. And then it's one of those things where, like, if you can't run it at like optimal speeds, it's potentially not as fun of a time because you have to have pretty good timing for Cuphead.
Then we go to 1111 Memories
Are we
Retold.
gonna talk about I Hope or whatever?
I don't. Yeah. What?
I mean, I fucking I don't know. I really like the fucking art style of this game too. I like the monster designs and shit. They're all like fucking. It's supposed to be like cancer or something. I don't really know. If you're like fucking like going inside people's bodies and like.
No, it's like it's a
fighting
mythical
cancer.
world, and cancer
Oh.
is the
Thing that's
villain.
invading.
Come in.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
See
fucking
a
weird.
shadow. It's just.
Is he
No, I'm not.
But yeah, I don't know. I think again, I guess like the most interesting part of this is Xbox exclusive, and we haven't seen any of those at all. I guess I'd probably
I hope.
be a little bit more excited if this was like a AAA Xbox exclusive, but I don't know.
I'm
With
almost
them,
more excited that it's not.
yeah, I guess that's always a possibility too. I guess just with the
The only AAA Xbox exclusives you're really gonna get is Halo.
yeah, well, potential Gears of War.
Uh,
No, 4 still did really good sales wise.
and
Not to
4?
mention,
Yeah.
no, Gears of War 4.
Gears of War 4.
Not to mention that like they completely left that shit open for another basically trilogy.
Is it worth playing?
Gears of War 4.
Yeah.
A lot of
I've
people,
heard mixed reviews. That's why I'm.
I didn't actually hate it. I don't know if I liked it a lot more than Gears of War 3.
fantastic review. I didn't hate it.
I liked it way more than Gears 3. I did not like it as much as Gears 2, which that's given. I'd probably say it was on par with Gears 1, maybe, with my enjoyment wise. It was interesting, at least. Like, I think they could go somewhere with it. I don't know if I would have gone the route of setting up another trilogy when I did it, especially with the fact that, like, if you're starting a newer series, it just aggravates me that, like, 3 had, like, a definitive ending for the Locust, and then 4 is like, we brought him back!
Wait, wasn't there another one after 3? It was
Well, there was Judgment in the
Judgment.
middle, but that was like a prequel.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, Halo, Gears of War, those are like the exclusives that we could maybe still see.
There's Forza.
Yeah, Forza
Yeah.
definitely. Forza's gonna be around fucking no matter
Forza's
what.
a really fun game.
It's like it's their game that like they're not gonna fuck it up. They can't.
It's hard to fuck up Forza.
Yeah, they're just gonna release the same fucking game with new cars, and it's gonna be like whatever.
Well, it's either Forza or it's Forza Horizon. Like, oh yeah, you can go off road now and do this shit. That's about it.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I think it was Paragon. Was that the name of the Dragon one that they had as an exclusive?
Oh, that was
Oh.
canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was the last like AAA exclusive that like we were gonna get for the Xbox, and I mean that was canceled a while ago now. so
I think
it's
State of Decay
Yeah.
is the second State of
Well,
Decay
the State of
is-
Decay is not really like a
that
AAA
AAA?
title.
Okay.
I don't know if I would consider it a AAA title.
Anyway.
Oh, they considered Sea of Thieves a AAA, and I was on the Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
I enjoy it a lot with my friends, but
See, I'm not a huge fan of Sea of Thieves. I think it could be a good game in the future. I just think now it's a really, like Eli said earlier, it's a great concept,
Mhm.
just not enough content.
yup.
And it also really aggravates me that, like, if I am playing with other people, when we find treasure, it's just like 4 dudes jumping off the ship with their swords pointed straight out
Yeah.
so that they fucking kill you and take the treasure. It's like,
Yep.
That's what I said.
There's
so you
no-
gotta play with friends and like. How they
it's
organize
more
and stuff
fun
like
to
that,
play
yeah.
with friends, but at the end, there's no really like reward incentive for playing with people. Like it's easier to
Safety
play.
in numbers.
But, like,
Yeah,
I don't know,
it's
when I
easier
play-
to play the game with other people. There's no legitimate like reward for it. If you play by yourself, you're gonna have a harder time because you're not gonna have to worry about somebody killing you for treasure, and you're not gonna have to worry about like if you guys are already at least like under the agreement, you're not gonna kill each other over who gets the treasure. You don't have to worry about like splitting it or anything like that.
Well, like when I played, one of the experiences I've played, like one of the like last times I played Sea of Thieves, it was like we had our galleon full of treasure before us. Before we knew it, there were 200 galleons after us, and it was before we knew it, there was a galleon to our left and a galleon to our right. This full broadside of their cannons, and we survived somehow and made it and escaped and
Yeah.
dropped. That was really fucking intense, and that was like a couple hours of just straight cat and mouse game of
Yeah,
evading ships.
and that's the shitty part. Is like if you're playing solo,
You're
like,
fucked.
You're fucked anytime. Like you see somebody and you're just fucking rowing your little dinghy by yourself.
But
And if you see somebody and you can't get away, you're gonna die.
what I have discovered is that if you play like in the mornings, like I was like if you're playing solo, it's not that bad. Cause
Yeah, there's not as many
Yeah.
people out. Yeah.
Now, moving on.
But anyway, yeah.
What's the next story?
Yeah.
1111 Memories Untold. That's another Xbox exclusive.
Yeah,
It's about World War
which
One.
is another exciting one.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think this is another AAA, but again,
It is not,
it's
yeah.
not a bad thing either.
I'm
Because
fine with that.
yeah,
Did we see anything, or was it all just storytelling?
It's a storytelling.
That sounds
Story.
cool.
Especially when it comes to storytelling, I prefer it to not be AAA.
yeah, that's
Otherwise, you
definitely
just get
true.
Ubisoft games.
Yeah, you get like really shallow stories.
Well, I
with
think
Usually.
if it's a AAA
Usually,
game
yes.
like Bioshock
Because
has
again,
a
like
decent
God of War,
story.
decent story.
And then they
It's been a
killed
long
it in
time
the
since
better half of
Bioshock
the
came
game,
out, Jay.
Yeah,
and just left you with Fontaine.
And also
Infinite was
Bioshock
really good story. I thought it was a really
Infinite's
good
ending
story.
can go fuck itself.
yeah. Infinite has a really
Right
good
into the
story.
infinite endings
really
of it
not
fucking
great
itself.
ending.
I mean,
Are there any
The original
AAA games
Bioshock.
that had a good story? Like for Xbox, that had a good story.
Well, not recently, I don't
I was
think.
say Dead Space 1 and 2. I like the story.
Those are old again.
I
though.
know,
Like, we
I
don't
know.
have anything recently that's
No,
coming out.
there's nothing
An
really.
Xbox exclusive
Well,
story. that's
definitely not then because we don't have like anything.
Halo 5 was really good.
That was-
and
no.
I
Oh
loved
man, I
Titanfall.
love Halo 5.
Well, I guess The
story.
Witcher had a good story, but
But
it
that
was
wasn't
just,
exclusive.
No, it wasn't exclusive. I'm just looking here.
good. Yeah. Halo Wars 2. Anyway.
Yeah, I could definitely give you that.
Halo Wars 2 was yes. Halo Wars 2.
Damn
was fun.
right. Anyway, 11/11. I'm somewhat psyched for, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
Yeah, that's the same actually.
Then we go to Strange
Just
Brigade.
just it being an Xbox exclusive, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. The gaming
Well,
market
that
does
too.
better when Xbox is doing good exclusives and
Wait.
PlayStation's doing good
Question.
exclusives.
They're obviously doing good.
That new game that came out, A Way Out, that's a strictly you have to play it co-op. Is that Xbox exclusive and PC?
No, I
It's
don't
not?
think it is.
So I've heard so many
It
good
might
things.
be, but I don't
I
know.
have no idea.
I have heard
I want to get it and play it. That's
I have
the thing.
heard some good things about it. I have also heard really dumb things about it.
It just looks like a game.
You're
I
in
wouldn't enjoy.
prison. You're in prison, and everybody's dressed like greasers.
Yeah.
Like this just doesn't. I've heard a lot of things that are just like this game just doesn't make sense. But
it's
I've
a
heard
fun-
that.
I've heard it's
But
really
I've heard
fun,
that it is
good
fun,
game.
like to play with somebody else. It's a fun couch game.
Or you can play it from different Xboxes.
Yeah.
It's-
Next trailer.
Stranger Brigade.
Is this the
Strange.
fucking Japanese one?
No.
it's
Oh.
basically Nazi zombies,
Nazis.
but with
Oh,
zombies.
yeah,
Zombies.
yeah. This one looks like it's like a multiplayer only kind of title.
Yeah, but I think it
looks
will be
pretty-
fun.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
better than like a battle royale. Like I don't know. I'm not.
I don't hate on battle royales.
I would need more information before I bought it.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah, sorry, what's up?
looked okay.
Yeah, like at least to know what it is. I
You could
suppose.
cast magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was interesting. It's
Well, that's-
Egyptian themed, but
Yeah, bunch of dry guys walking around.
Wow.
Tomb Raider.
Just Egyptian themed all around. We had undead redneck last week for Egyptian themed.
Oh fuck! That,
Well,
it's
we
not
are
undead
getting-
redneck, is it?
Yeah,
It's called something else.
We're
No, it
getting
was
up
like
on dry season then.
undead
I
redneck.
can go to my list.
Time for some moisturizer. Put a little bit of that lotion on the mummy.
What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
don't fucking know.
Jesus.
I wasn't here last week, so I have no idea what you guys are talking
Then we
about.
talk about the Legend of Bumbo.
Immortal
Legend of
redneck.
Immortal
It's
redneck.
basically the
Look it
Binding
up.
of Isaac the
I
sequel.
know, I'll look it up.
Fantastic.
no,
the Binding of
this-
Isaac's kind of fucked up.
This looks like the Binding of Isaac, like art style wise.
It's
Not
the-
like with the whole fucked
Right.
up part, but this is like looks like some sort of like weird puzzle game.
Yeah, but you're
I don't
still
know.
crawling through the dungeon.
It is the creator of the Binding of Isaac. I think that's the.
I don't know.
So,
I was interested when I heard the name, just because it made me laugh, and then like I saw the game and I was kind of like I'm a little bit less interested. But that's because like it's
Puzzle
not
aspects of it or what
yeah.
turned me away. But
It's not. I don't hate puzzle games
okay.
because I like some of them. I don't like all of them. This kind of almost is more like a Bejeweled type puzzle game. I'm not a huge fan of those. with like a little bit of other stuff thrown into it. Obviously, it's not a fucking Bejeweled clone. I'm just throwing that out there as an example, like with the tiles and the falling and the matching. And
Well, no,
shit
because
like
there's
that.
another part to it besides
Yeah,
the
like
tiles.
you match up the icons or whatever, and then you
Yeah.
throw that at the enemies or something like that.
So,
I don't know. I will more than likely watch whatever else comes out for this game to see a little bit more of it. Maybe I'll watch somebody play it at some point when it comes out. I don't know if I'll buy this.
I don't give a shit enough about the legend to care.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
That looks really cool.
Yeah,
actually.
I
I'm pretty psyched.
this trailer actually looked pretty dope.
Yeah.
So-
Like
What's-
and I
Oh,
don't think the last Tomb Raider was Xbox exclusive.
it was
It was
for
for a
it was
little
for
bit.
a
Yeah, it
couple
was like
months.
early release on
Yeah,
the Xbox.
and
or
it's the
something.
same thing with this one. It's going to be early release.
I figured.
On
I was
Xbox.
reading an article by PC Gamer, and it said they hated the intro because they played a bit, and there was a bunch of comments saying how PC Gamer doesn't. It's like they were playing it on PC. It's a platformer game, and it was, I don't know. It was just like I don't know. But
Well, I mean, I've
No,
played
it-
platformers on
yes.
PC, and I don't hate them. So.
I don't know. PC Gamer. Like I was reading, it's like PC Gamer who's got stuff on before. I was reading the comment section, but this Tomb Raider looks a lot a bit from the ad, well not an ad, the trailer. It looks darker than the
Yeah,
The,
it-
the tone. It's a different shift.
It definitely looks kind of more old school Tomb Raider-esque,
Which
from
is
the trailer,
fantastic.
Which I'm totally down for.
Do
Not
I
that I
get to
don't
kill
like-
Velociraptors?
Not that I don't
That'd
like
be
the
fun.
two new Tomb Raiders, because I think these are
Not
probably
as good
the
as
best.
Jurassic World.
Those are probably the best.
You don't
Tomb
like
Raider-
triangle titty, Lauren?
No, I love those games still. I love those games still. I just think that the two newest ones are better games.
Yeah, they are fantastic.
They are
Really
created by
fun.
Square Enix, and they like.
Well, it's not even that. It's just they're just better games.
They are. They are really fun.
Like Square Enix isn't the only reason that they're better games. It's just a different direction that they took something in.
Mhm.
But so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. I'm
Same.
fucking pumped actually. I love this. I love the
This
fucking
series
Tomb
is
Raider
good
reboots,
so far,
So
and it hasn't let me down.
yeah,
Trailblazers. I'm really. This game looks fun.
So what's this game about?
It does
you're
look
racing.
arcadey
I
and
prefer
fun.
Explorers.
You,
Yeah.
when you drive forward, you leave a trail of your color behind.
It's
And
a
then
race.
when-
it's like a Splatoon racing game.
It-
And then when you
okay.
get back to it, you gain boost from going on your own trail.
or
that's cool.
if you're on a
But then
team,
your
your team
opponent
will
can also
gain
cover it
enough.
with their
Yeah.
own trail.
Yeah.
It sounds like that one game with, like Tron. The Tron game where you have your
Yeah.
motorcycles. You know what I'm talking about with your trails, but
Yeah, this
but
is
don't
kind
light cycles like blow up in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
game?
yeah,
yeah.
this
But
is
it
like
sounds
this
like
is
kind of-
this is like a mixture between like F-Zero X and fucking Splatoon,
I love
where it's just
F-Zero.
like it,
Yes.
This doesn't
Abundantly
look
clear,
as,
yeah.
this doesn't look as like fast paced as F-Zero, but
Classic
this is
F-Zero.
definitely like yeah, it's basically just like there's I don't know I'm not really into this, like
It looks arcadey and fun in the same way
It
that
look-
like Rocket League was arcadey
yeah,
and fun.
it looks
Rocket
like it's
League's really
something I'll
fun.
like playing a couple games of every now and then, and
That's-
that's pretty
yeah.
much it. Like I'm gonna play this for like 15-20 minutes at a time, and then I'm gonna put it down for like 2 weeks.
Yep.
I mean, there's just not really much to it. It's a racing game where you leave a colored trail, and then you get boosts from the colored trail.
Mhm.
So you mean I gotta drive over the exact same spot that I drove
That's
over
not
all
fun
the time?
though. But like,
The trail's wider than your car.
Well, I
If you-
guess, but
well-
not by a huge amount.
But if you put the hat on the frog, you become the frog.
oh, if it has hats,
All right,
you'll play
so
it.
totally off topic. There is a magic card that just got released in this new
Oh, for
set.
God,
Dominaria.
fucking set.
Yeah, Dominaria.
Yeah.
I made a joke not that long ago. There's a fucking planeswalker that's like, she's like a black character, but she's like basically wearing nothing, and I took a picture of it and put Dominatrix at the bottom of it. Anyways, there's a card that's called Yargle Frog Spirit, and it's a frog that's like possessed by a demon, and it turns into this like creature thing eventually
What's its
in the
stats?
story. It's no ability, 9/3.
Well, shit.
Yeah, like fucking
That's a
9
glass
power,
cannon.
9 power, 3 toughness, straight up black. Everybody is fucking in love with it. And it's like the new fucking Magic meme.
What's the mana? I'm sorry. What's the mana cost?
I think 2 black, 4.
Okay.
So he's not like terrible.
No.
Again, 9/3. Like it's fucking.
Jesus
it's good
Christ.
for 1 hit and no abilities. So you get like basically like a free kill for whatever they block with it.
All right.
Yeah. But
Nice.
back to fucking video games. I guess this is like Magic's a game.
It is. There's Magic Duels on Xbox.
More of a lifestyle anymore than a game.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. I was looking at
Oh.
I was looking at a deck.
No. That was not an invitation to talk more about it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is an invitation to fuck yourself. I was looking at a deck for a fucking vintage format. You want to buy a deck for a vintage format? You're buying a fucking house.
Oh, damn.
Not a joke. You're looking at like fucking $30,000-$40,000.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm like, it's cool. I'll play something else.
What sane person wants to buy?
Okay, so
The same type of people
again,
that would buy a
my little
classic
brother.
car just to drive it around. It's just their thing.
Maybe my little brother.
this is a little different than just like buying a classic car just to drive around, because it's like it's the same thing with like why would you spend $1,200 to $1,800 on like a modern deck? You have the potential to make that kind of money back. Like the prize pool money in those
It's
formats,
fucking ridiculous.
Wizards actually puts shit into that.
By the
So,
way, what's the next story?
but yeah, next trailer.
Oh well. 343 and Microsoft
Oh,
Halo Online. Would you like to?
I've heard a little bit of like
That-
what's
that
happened with
sounds
this. I don't
interesting.
personally really know everything. I haven't been paying as much attention. So
The story, as I understand it, is that a while back, like a few years, I don't remember how many, Microsoft was making some. It might have even been back when Bungie was still part of Microsoft.
I think it was, no, it was post that. So that was like.
Is it post that?
Russia? Was it start from Russia? I thought.
Okay,
so it was
so
run by
originally
spies.
they were making something, and then they stopped it and canceled it, and then some modders picked up the assets and kept making it for like 2 or 3 years, and then it finally released, and then Microsoft and 343 basically shut that shit down. Just like not to where the servers are shut down, you can still play it, they just can't update it.
And then they released a new update. I thought not that long ago. With
It hasn't been out for that long, Jay. So
I
like,
think they released that update before it.
because I
Yeah,
saw
so-
something on Reddit about it. It was like because I remember back when it
Yeah,
first
the
came
Halo
out.
Online by Eldorado.
See, this is what I don't understand about like companies.
And then Twitch
Like-
streamers are getting their shit with the DMAC. Like,
Well,
oh,
yeah, but they're
the
playing it. Yeah,
DMCAs
the DMCA
are
takedowns. Yeah.
flying
See, this is
everywhere.
what I'll never understand
Yeah,
with
shitty.
companies. It's like, yeah, you canceled it. Somebody else picked it up.
It's
Get
still-
into contact with that person.
Yeah,
And
Work
get-
out a
yeah.
deal. People fucking want to play it.
yeah.
And you didn't have to fucking make it. And you can just be like, here's some money to keep running
Well, I
it.
was reading like in the Halo subreddit. It was like there was a lot of nostalgia. It reminds people of Combat Evolved. When
Yeah.
Combat
Yeah.
Evolved was on PC and all that shit.
Yeah, that's how I got into Halo. Was I
Same.
played Combat Evolved on PC before
I
I
played
ever
the trial
played it on
version where it
Xbox.
just came out with Blood Gulch and people had a bunch of modded shit.
See, I just
That was fun.
like the first time I ever saw Halo 1, it was like I watched a friend play it on Xbox for a little while, and I was like, oh, that looks really fucking cool. And then I saw it on like a Walmart shelf like a year later on for PC. I was like, I got a PC. It's not that great, but maybe you could play this. And I could basically play the game at like slightly downgraded graphics.
Nice.
So, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I hated 343 Guilty Spark though,
Mm-hmm.
because or no,
Oh,
not
bitch.
343 Guilty Spark. I hated the first mission because the problem with the downgraded graphics was that my flashlight didn't work.
Uh-oh.
So there's a part where you gotta walk through the tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
And
the game is dark as shit.
It is.
Yeah,
dark as shit.
Even,
and it had
even
to-
when you're not in like the parts where once you use the flashlight, I still think it's dark as shit.
It
Yeah.
is pretty dark.
And then it's darker with downgraded graphics. So walking through that tunnel, pitch fucking black, nothing. Like it took me weeks to get through that part with the plasma pistol held down to make a light, because that was the only light that I could get, and it could just slightly light up the corner a little bit.
And you had to pick up a bunch of those, and stop charge just goes away.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, because eventually you shoot it,
Yep.
so no matter what.
Anyway,
But yeah, that's how I got into Halo, and that's why this is cool. But again, it's like it doesn't make sense that like they don't work with the person who created this to like be like, hey, this is our thing, we can
Well-
take it down, but we would rather do this. We will, we'll basically like, it's ours. We're gonna give you money to keep
I
running.
mean they might do that in the future, but
Yeah, it's possible, but it
That's-
just doesn't make sense to just be like, take this down. Fuck
I mean,
it
and
up.
they didn't quite do that. They just can't update it. As far as I know, you can still
Yeah.
go download it and play it as it is.
Yeah,
but it'll never
I don't
really
know all the
change.
details. So
That's as I understand it. I could be fucking wrong. I don't know.
yeah,
So if you previously owned Dark Souls on PC, you can get the remastered edition for 50% off.
that's kind of cool.
That's actually pretty cool on Steam's behalf.
That's
well,
like
it reminds
20
me
bucks
of
or
when
something.
Skyrim, the edition that came out like, a couple years ago. If you owned the previous edition of Skyrim that had all the DLC on your PC,
Yeah,
you
like
could get
the
it
Game
for
of the
free
Year edition,
on
yeah.
Steam. That was really cool. I'm like,
It kind of
But
sucks
then
that
they
they
did
don't
a
really.
scumbag thing where they hid the old Skyrim, and
Yeah.
you can't get back there.
are you serious?
Yeah, because if you go to the special edition, in the comments it's just people going, man, don't buy this, here's a link to the old one.
Nice, good on them.
Because there's like
Yeah,
a ridiculous amount of mods for the old one
Yeah,
that
there
just
is,
make
'cause-
it better than the special edition.
Yeah, and you're kind of limited to what you can download for the special edition too.
yup.
Yeah, and there's
It
mods
just,
for it.
it also kind of sucks that like if you're on console, there's zero option like that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like you could have every fucking copy of Skyrim on console that came out, and then you still got to pay $60 to get the new one.
Mhm. Which was
But,
a scumbaggy move.
And it's the same kind of way for Dark Souls. It kind of sucks, but that's one of the benefits to shit that's like PC, where it's mostly like download only. Well, I
No,
mean Steam obviously
when
is
I-
download only.
For
but-
State of Decay, if you had it on 360, you could get it for like 25% off when it came out for Xbox One. The first State of Decay.
Yeah, it happens sometimes,
And
but
I know
it's
Minecraft
definitely
did the
not
same
very
thing
often.
on Xbox too, which was nice. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But speaking of Dark Souls, I did play it at PAX, and we didn't talk about it on
Oh,
that
you went to
tangent.
PAX?
Yeah,
Fuck, I forgot.
we did a whole like fucking hour-long tangent about it that you missed.
Listen to us.
Good
Jimmy.
job.
Listen to
I
us.
was at the musical.
Yeah, I was joking, anyways. Yeah. So I played the Dark Souls remaster. Not hella impressed. It's Dark Souls 1. That's it.
Did they like polish? Besides the graphics, did they do any fixes to anything?
I played it on the Switch version, so it's still 30 frames per second. But there weren't any slowdowns in the first part of the game.
Did they make the
Like you could play through the Asylum, and then you could play a little bit into the Undead or not the Undead Parish. Maybe it was the Undead Parish. There's the Undead Parish, and then there's like an Undead
I have a wait,
whatever.
Sorry.
It's the first part of the game that you get after the tutorial.
So question. Maybe I'm just a dipshit at the first one, which I am. But like kicking was difficult. I thought the first one. Did they fix that where it was like more like threes, so kick where you could kick?
I don't
You know what I mean?
know. I didn't really ever have a problem with the kick.
Okay.
So, as far as I know, everything in this is Dark Souls 1, other than the graphics and the frame rate. There's like zero changes, which kind of bothered me because there were some things I wanted changed. Like I wanted omnidirectional rolling, because in Dark Souls 1 you can only roll forward, left, right, back.
and it's straight cross. That's it.
That's lame.
I mean, it wasn't that bad at the time. Once you got into like Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3, which like really perfected the auto rolling, it's like you go back and it's like, oh fuck, this sucks. Like when I initially played Dark Souls 1, it's like it was an issue because you'd still easily get clipped by shit that you probably should have dodged. But now that I have played like Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, anytime I go back, I'm like, wow, this is fucking trash. Like, the rolling wise. It's also like, there's a couple like ease of life improvements. Like now you can pop multiple items, and when you're running through the menus are simplified a little bit. I didn't make it to crafting, so I don't know if that's been simplified much at all. I'm gonna assume not, because I don't know why they would. But yeah, so basically like before, if you wanted to use multiple items that give you XP, you would have to go through the menu and individually use each one. You would select use item, and then it would close the menu. You would use the item, and then you would get your XP. Then you'd have to open the menu, go down, find the next one, use it. That sort of thing. So now you can pop multiple items without the menu closing. So that's nice. But again, on the direction of rolling would have been fucking nice. But again, back to like things that they did change. The graphics are really nice, even on the Switch. I was pretty impressed. And regardless of the Switch version running at 30 frames per second, generally I will see lots of slowdown playing Dark Souls 1 in the...
I was just going to ask, like, did it, like, fix that part?
Yeah, like,
okay.
I don't know about Blighttown, which is the biggest
Yeah.
problem of the game, because the demo didn't go that far, obviously. But in the first area, there's usually a good amount of slowdown. There's an area where you can climb a ladder, and you go up to a roof, and there's 3 guys that are throwing fire bombs down at you at an area earlier. And usually if you climb that ladder and go up there, you'll drop from like 30 frames per second to like 2 for a little while. And that did not happen when I was playing the demo at all. Like, it didn't drop at all. So that's a really good thing. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna get it. It's gonna run at 60 frames on Xbox One and PS4. So I don't know. That'll be kind of interesting to see if that's not gonna lag at all. A little bit.
I don't know. I don't really care. I don't like Dark Souls.
I would have liked to see a little bit more change.
Do you think they'll patch and add, like, on the directional? People
I
have
doubt it.
feedback?
No,
I doubt it,
they
honestly. Like, I think at this point they're just kind of like, this is a rehash of Dark Souls 1. This is, if you have the aim for this is people who haven't played it.
Yeah.
So
They're just re-releasing it and trying to get the audience. They're trying to keep the audience while they're not making more games.
yeah, this is probably more Bandai Namco trying to push out something else.
God damn it,
From
Bandai
them.
Namco.
What's the next?
Battlefield 1 came out on 2016, but this is the last month for patches and stuff for the game, because they're working on their
They're actually releasing a update with the sniper class in here, which makes it a bit less effective.
Oh,
and they're also
needed
going
that
to
for
be
the last fucking
Battlefield 5
years.
Yeah, no shit.
is going to be their World War II game.
So is it called Battlefield 5?
Yeah, that
C.
was
That's
Battlefield Z.
weird.
C.
Oh, C?
No, like C
I don't
as in
think-
yes.
I don't think I like
Oh.
that.
I didn't say fucking yes.
Battlefield
I don't know, as long as it's like, I don't know. I liked one's campaign, but it felt short. There's multiple ones.
Well, that's because, yeah, it's not like one concurrent
I wonder
campaign.
if it's going to be one concurrent campaign. If it's the little short mini ones.
I'm fine with the war stories. I like them.
But those are fun. I
Yeah, I
don't know.
didn't hate him. That's for
I
sure.
know, I didn't
It
hate it. I
allows
just
for a
was just-
wider variety of
One
It was.
nice.
I liked it.
terrain.
I liked it because I could play like
different styles of you played different styles of gameplay.
Well, no, I liked that
Yeah,
too
it was really
actually,
fun.
but I liked it because I could play for like 2-3 hours and finish a full story,
Right.
and then like I still had more to come back to later, but I didn't have to play it all at once.
Yep.
Right. Good point there. Like
So-
I'm
So
fine
that's
either way,
I like that a lot
but like,
because
I don't know.
I'm not-
I would like a nice long story to play. But
'Cause,
that's me.
I was thinking about this not that long ago. There was a game that I was. Oh, Final Fantasy 15.
I need to beat that still. It's a,
There's like so many more re-releases coming out for that game,
really?
and like, yeah, because there's like that Royal Edition coming out soon, and then there's the PC version, which I got
I
to
didn't know
play.
PC version was coming.
Which I got to play at PAX. It runs really fucking nice, like ridiculously. Like I would almost kind of want to build a PC to play this on it, but I don't think I liked 15 enough for something like that. It's like I don't have the kind of fucking time
No,
to
it's an
play a game
expensive
like
fucking
that
game.
again. Like, I know that, like, saying that after, like, only a couple weeks ago, I was like, yeah, I played fucking 60 hours of fucking Dragon Ball Fighters in, like, 5 days.
Shit.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
In 4 or 5 days,
Did you take
something like
time
that.
off from work for that too?
No, I got it on a Friday and played it over the weekend.
Shit.
And then, like, immediately got off work and just went and played it. And then did the same thing for, like, Monster Hunter. And that was another game that I was thinking about, too. Like, I just don't have the time to play Monster Hunter anymore. Because, like, I'm fine with the way Monster Hunter is. It's just, I can't put that much fucking time into a game. I got other games I want to fucking play. So I really like campaigns that are kind of like Battlefield 1's, where it's like, you can play for 4 hours, and you've finished a storyline. You've got a beginning, characters introduced, and you've got a definitive end to that arc. Now you don't have to play the other one, but it's there when you want to come back to this
Maybe
game.
I think if they do that, I just want a bit more, a couple more small story arcs, just because I don't know, it's smart gameplay to play.
Yeah, like maybe
Fun.
maybe a little bit more would be cool.
But I do agree, it was a very fun, very good gameplay and story that I was playing for the
Yeah.
small story.
Anyway.
arcs.
I think the multiplayer's fine, so I'm fine with them moving on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So,
same.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's not like a yearly release thing for them. It's been
Yep.
2016,
Yep.
2 years since Battlefield. It'll probably be a while before this
Probably
one's
be
out
a-
yet.
yeah,
Still
probably be
too.
another year.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
Battlefront 2 just came out by DICE, so they're still.
That's-
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront.
You said Battlefront. Oh yeah, Battlefront. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody fucking cares.
I know.
Well, yeah,
Say
but it's
No one wants
still
to play
technically
that
their
anymore.
problem.
Still.
Is
It's
Yeah.
fucking dead as fuck.
Did you see
well,
Did you see the?
That's not true.
Yeah.
After they redid the
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah, the
went
new
back to
EA.
it,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not gonna.
reverted the microtransactions.
I'm
people
not
went
gonna
back to
play
it.
it because yeah, they're gonna revert
Well,
the
they're gonna give
microtransactions.
microtransactions to Battlefield 5 when it comes out. And
Yeah, probably.
Dick boys, gosh.
Well, they reverted the microtransactions for Battlefront. Now they're probably just gonna work on it again and then bring them back.
Speaking of that,
Good chance. of that,
Belgium
anyways.
just announced that microtransactions are illegal.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you
Damn.
else saw that. I don't know if Justin did that key or not. I can't
Yeah.
remember did. But
Wonder
which
how
is
that works.
really good. But
Probably class it as a form of like
Gambling.
predatory gambling.
Yep.
No, I just mean in terms of like, can you just not buy games over there that
no,
have them?
it'd be easy to patch out than to patch up the.
Yeah, I guess.
And that's possible, but I could definitely see it as being more of like a you just
I know.
won't be able to buy games.
And to see
within
some
there.
country doing it, even if it's
Can we go on
Belgium,
a
which
small
no one
tangent
here would be
over
able to
that, but-
pinpoint on a map. So,
I have, I have
I
something to
don't
bring
know.
up about this. Everybody.
I could maybe pinpoint it on a map.
okay, I was gonna be like, I would be surprised if you could point to it on the
Go
map.
on,
So,
Jay.
going about microtransactions, I know like there's GTA 5. There's a fuck ton of microtransactions. Now people are willing to spend like absurd amounts of money to buy shark cards to get the certain weapons
GTA
and cars.
GTA 5's made more money than
But
most
the
movies.
same people who play
Yeah,
that,
FIFA.
continue. The same people who play that and spend obscene amounts of money on those microtransactions for GTA 5 will complain about Battlefronts 2 and microtransactions on that. And the argument is that with Battlefront 2, you have random loot boxes, but you don't know what loot you're getting. But with GTA 5, you know what you're getting. Now, is this hypocrisy or is this not hypocrisy with the whole microtransaction?
I don't consider it hypocrisy though, because you know what you're getting.
Yeah, if you know what you're getting, it's less about gambling. The thing with gambling that makes it gambling is the same thing with like a slot machine. You put money into it, you hit a button, a random thing happens.
I'm just curious. Like, I don't care. Well, I do care about EA's a lot more than Rockstar. Like, I don't care because, like, again.
Well, that's the thing. I don't mind Rockstars because it's like
you know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting. You put money into this machine. It's like a vending machine. You put money into this machine. You pick Coke. It spits out a Coke most of the time.
Other times they'll just take your money from you.
Or it'll give you something else because somebody loaded the machine wrong.
Yeah.
But
Gives you RC.
this, but yeah, EA's is like you put your money into the machine, you hit the only button on the machine, you pray it's a Coke, and it spits out a bottle of piss. Like, you just don't know, and that's what is essentially lets countries classify it as gambling.
I was just curious what you guys think. It's just like
I am on the fence as to whether I think it's good or bad. I think at this point it's a little bad because, again, like, it's more than likely what's going to happen is that you just won't be able to buy games with microtransactions in Belgium.
Right.
I think if more countries were to start doing it, it would definitely be something that would be like, okay, we're gonna patch it out of, or when we release it to these countries, we're going to create a version that doesn't have them in for these countries. I don't foresee it happening in the United States anytime soon.
Oh God, no. Oh fuck no.
We're always last.
Yeah, but
education.
and then of
It'll be a
course,
solid decade.
but then of course, as time goes on, for some games, it'll be like, okay, it's going to be more cost effective not to put microtransactions in here in the first place. For games like GTA 5, it's probably never going to be that way.
yeah.
For games like FIFA, it's definitely never going to be that way. I don't know if I'm pretty sure we've talked about
We've had this
FIFA
conversation
trips.
like
Billions, hundreds of billions of dollars people spend on this bullshit. Worthless bullshit
Yeah, but
for FIFA.
the cosmetics, man.
I don't fucking get it. It's
People
like,
want their fucking like
People love
Ronaldo.
FIFA, man.
fucking-
there's this many fucking people that are like, I like soccer a lot.
But they're
It
gonna
is-
have
it
a
is
they're
probably
gonna
the most popular.
yeah
It
they're gonna have
is,
a European
probably,
accent. They're
but
like,
at the
I like
same time,
soccer
it's
a
like-
lot.
That sounds
Like
awful
Russian,
no matter
yeah.
what you're
Yeah,
doing.
I know.
But,
I know.
So yeah, again, like the United States, probably not gonna happen forever.
Maybe
Or
our
at the very-
grandkids will live to enjoy that
Yeah.
microtransaction.
At the
We can tell stories.
at the very least, a really fucking long time.
I remember when it cost $5 a loot box, and you got all duplicates every fucking time.
So that's been our show.
Piss me the fuck off.
Thanks guys for listening.
We don't have anything else?
That was literally the last story was
jailed
Belgium.
and killed.
All right, bye.
Story.
Bye.